D. Oxides of carbon. First, carbon monoxide. Carbon monoxide CO is one of the most serious air pollutants. It is a colorless and odorless gas, highly poisonous to living beings because of its ability to block the delivery of oxygen to the organs and tissues. It is produced as a result of incomplete combustion of carbon. Carbon monoxide is mainly released into the air by automobile exhaust. Other sources which produce CO involve incomplete combustion of coal, firewood, petrol, etc. The number of vehicles has been increasing over the years of all over the world. Many vehicles are poorly maintained and several have inadequate pollution control equipments, resulting in the release of greater amounts of carbon monoxide and other polluting gases. Do you know why carbon monoxide is poisonous? It binds to hemoglobin to form carboxyhemoglobin, which is about 300 times more stable than the oxyhemoglobin complex. In blood, when the concentration of carboxyhemoglobin reaches about 3-4%, the oxygen carrying capacity of blood is greatly reduced. This oxygen deficiency results into headache, weak eyesight, nervousness, and cardiovascular disorder. This is the reason why people are advised not to smoke. In pregnant women who have the habit of smoking, the increased CO level in blood may induce premature birth, spontaneous abortions, and deformed babies. Second, carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide CO2 is released into the atmosphere by respiration, burning of fossil fuels for energy, and by decomposition of limestone during the manufacture of cement. It is also emitted during volcanic eruptions. Carbon dioxide gas is confined to troposphere only. Normally, it forms about 0.03% by volume of the atmosphere. With the increased use of fossil fuels, a large amount of carbon dioxide gets released into the atmosphere. Excess of CO2 in the air is removed by green plants, and this maintains an appropriate level of CO2 in the atmosphere. Green plants require CO2 for photosynthesis, and they in turn emit oxygen, thus maintaining the delicate balance. As you know, deforestation and burning of fossil fuel increases the CO2 level and disturb the balance in the atmosphere. The increased amount of CO2 in the air is mainly responsible for global warming. Global warming and greenhouse effect. About 75% of the solar energy reaching the earth is absorbed by the earth's surface, which increases its temperature. The rest of the heat radiates back to the atmosphere. Some of the heat is trapped by gases such as carbon dioxide, methane, ozone, chlorofluorocarbon compounds CFCs, and water vapor in the atmosphere. Thus, they add to the heating of the atmosphere. This causes global warming. We all know that in cold places, flowers, vegetables, and fruits are grown in glass covered areas called greenhouse. Do you know that we humans also live in a greenhouse? Of course, we are not surrounded by glass but a blanket of air called the atmosphere, which has kept the temperature on earth constant for centuries. But it is now undergoing change, though slowly. Just as the glass in the greenhouse holds the sun's warmth inside, atmosphere traps the sun's heat near the earth's surface and keeps it warm. This is called natural greenhouse effect because it maintains the temperature and makes the earth perfect for life. In a greenhouse, solar radiations pass through the transparent glass and heat up the soil and the plants. The warm soil and plants emit infrared radiations. Since glass is opaque to infrared radiations thermal region, it partly reflects and partly absorbs the radiations. This mechanism keeps the energy of the sun trapped in the greenhouse. Similarly, carbon dioxide molecules also trap heat as they are transparent to sunlight but not to the heat radiation. If the amount of carbon dioxide crosses the delicate proportion of 0.03%, the natural greenhouse balance may get disturbed. Carbon dioxide is the major contributor to global warming. Besides carbon dioxide, other greenhouse gases are methane, water vapor, nitrous oxide, CFCs, and ozone. Methane is produced naturally when vegetation is burnt, digested, or rotten in the absence of oxygen. Large amounts of methane are released in paddy fields, coal mines, from rotting garbage dumps, and by fossil fuels. Chlorofluorocarbon CFCs are man made industrial chemicals used in air conditioning, etc. CFCs are also damaging the ozone layer. Section 14.2.2. Nitrous oxide occurs naturally in the environment. In recent years, their quantities have increased significantly due to the use of chemical fertilizers and the burning of fossil fuels. If this trend continues, the average global temperature will increase to a level which may lead to melting of polar ice caps and flooding of low-lying areas all over the earth. Increase in the global temperature increases the incidence of infectious diseases like dengue, malaria, yellow fever, sleeping sickness, etc. This is acid deposition. Think it over. What can we do to reduce the rate of global warming? If burning of fossil fuels, cutting down forests and trees add to greenhouse gases in the atmosphere, we must find ways to use this just efficiently and judiciously. One of the simple things which we can do to reduce global warming is to minimize the use of automobiles. Depending upon the situation, one can use bicycle, public transport system, or go for carpool. We should plant more trees to increase the green cover. Avoid burning of dry leaves, wood, etc. It is illegal to smoke in public places and workplaces because it is harmful not only for the one who is smoking but also for others, and therefore we should avoid it. Many people do not understand the greenhouse effect and the global warming. We can help them by sharing the information that we have.